Subaru built some features into their vehicles that are actively destroying reliability and cutting engine lifespan short. Not third-party modifications, not owner abuse. Factory features, standard equipment, things Subaru designed, engineered, and installed on purpose that are quietly working against your vehicle's longevity every single time you use them incorrectly or fail to understand their limitations. Some of these features sound great in the showroom. The salesperson highlights them as selling points. The marketing materials make them seem like advantages. And then, 80,000 miles later, you're staring at a repair bill that traces directly back to one of these features being misunderstood, misused, or simply existing in a form that creates more problems than it solves. Today I'm exposing every one of them, what the feature is, why Subaru included it, what it actually does to your vehicle's reliability, and exactly how to use it correctly or avoid it entirely. Let's get into it. Stupid feature number 1. The oil life monitoring system. Every modern Subaru has an oil life monitoring system. It tracks driving conditions and calculates when an oil change is needed. Why it sounds good. The system accounts for driving conditions. Short trips and hard driving accelerate oil degradation, so the monitor recommends earlier changes. Long highway drives extend the interval. Sounds intelligent. Why? It's destroying engines. The oil life monitor was calibrated to protect the engine within the warranty period, not to maximize longevity to 300,000 miles. When the monitor says 20% life remaining, most owners think they have plenty of time. They wait until it hits 0. By that point, oil has been in the engine 6,000, 7,000, or even 8,000 miles. As we covered in the Japanese oil change secrets video, oil degrades in 3 phases. Phase 3, where anti-wear additives are largely depleted and wear rates spike dramatically, begins around 70% of the recommended interval. The oil life monitor lets you drive deeply into Phase 3 degradation while reassuring you everything is fine. On FB25 engines prone to ring sensitivity, extended intervals accelerate ring wear. On turbocharged models, degraded oil causes turbo-bearing wear and coking. The monitor costs owners 50,000 to 100,000 miles of engine life by convincing them degraded oil is acceptable because a computer says so. What to do instead? Ignore the monitor for interval decisions. Change oil at half the manufacturer's recommended interval. 3,000 miles if Subaru says 6,000, regardless of what the monitor displays. Stupid feature number 2. The CVT Sport and Manual modes. Every CVT-equipped Subaru has Sport mode and Manual mode with paddle shifters, marketed as performance features that make the transmission feel more engaging. Why it sounds good. Sport mode holds RPMs higher during acceleration. Manual mode lets you select specific simulated gear ratios. Both give the sensation of a traditional performance transmission. Why it's destroying transmissions. The CVT is designed to operate most efficiently when it selects its own ratio continuously, keeping belt stress in an optimal range. Sport mode forces the CVT to hold higher RPMs than it would naturally select. This increases belt tension, pulley wear, and heat generation for no mechanical benefit. The CVT does the same work, just less efficiently and with more stress. Manual mode is worse. When owners hold a simulated low gear while decelerating, then accelerate aggressively from that ratio, the CVT experiences belt slip events it was designed to avoid through automatic ratio management. These slip events are invisible and silent. Each removes microscopic material from the belt's contact surfaces. Over thousands of events, this wear accelerates the failure timeline on an already problematic transmission. The CVT that might last 150,000 miles with gentle automatic operation could fail at 100,000 miles with consistent sport and manual mode use. On a $5,000 to $7,000 repair, this is an expensive daily habit. What to do? Instead, Use manual mode only for engine braking on long downhill descents, the one genuinely appropriate use case. Avoid sport mode in daily driving entirely. The performance sensation comes at direct cost to CVT longevity. Stupid feature number 3. Auto stop-start system. Recent Subaru models include automatic engine stop-start. When you stop at a light, the engine shuts off. When you release the brake, it restarts instantly. Why it sounds good. Fuel savings at idle. Reduced emissions. Subaru markets this as an environmental and efficiency feature. Why it's destroying engines. Every engine start is the highest wear event in the operating cycle. The first seconds after startup, before oil pressure builds and reaches all critical surfaces, produce more wear than hours of running at operating temperature. Auto stop-start doesn't create cold starts in the traditional sense. The engine is already warm, but it creates hot restarts where the oil film on critical surfaces, particularly cam lobes and upper valve train components, has drained back to the oil pan during the stop period. On a Subaru Boxer engine, this drainage effect is worse than in conventional engines because horizontal cylinder orientation accelerates oil drain-off from surfaces no longer being continuously supplied. Each restart event also accumulates wear on the starter motor and ring gear. A conventional starter handles 50,000 to 80,000 start events in its lifetime. Auto stop-start generates that many events in 2 to 3 years of heavy traffic commuting. Starter replacement, $300 to $600. Ring gear replacement, $400 to $700. The fuel savings from auto stop-start are marginal in real-world driving, typically 2 to 4% improvement in city economy. The wear cost over the vehicle's lifetime far exceeds the fuel savings for owners who keep their vehicles long-term. What to do instead? Disable auto stop-start every time you drive. On most current Subaru models, a button on the center console disables the system for that driving session. Press it every single time you get in the car. Before we continue, understanding how factory features affect engine life is one component of a complete longevity strategy. I've documented the entire system in the 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint, including specific guidance on which features to use, avoid, and how to compensate for the wear they create. Link in the description. Stupid feature number 4. Eyesight-dependent maintenance. Eyesight sophistication leads many owners to treat the car as requiring less maintenance attention. That assumption is expensive. The real problem: eyesight requires windshield replacement to be followed by professional camera recalibration at $250 to $350 extra. Because owners want to avoid this cost, they delay windshield replacement when cracks develop. Cracked windshields compromise structural integrity and distort the camera's field of view. Eyesight calibration also drifts after suspension work, wheel alignment, or significant tire wear that changes ride height. Owners who don't know this drive with subtly miscalibrated safety systems while trusting them completely. The cameras accumulate condensation, dirt, and film on the inside of the windshield. Cleaning this area incorrectly, spraying cleaners directly on the glass, can contaminate the camera lens surface and degrade image quality gradually. What to do instead? Replace cracked windshields promptly and budget for recalibration as a required part of the service, not an optional add-on. After any suspension work or alignment, verify eyesight calibration with a straight highway test drive. Lane departure activation on a straight road means recalibration is needed. Clean the camera zone with microfiber only. No sprays directly on the windshield in that area. Stupid feature number 5. Active sound control. On some WRX and performance Subaru models, the audio system plays synthesized engine sounds through the speakers to enhance the driving experience. Why it sounds good? A sportier, more involving experience. The WRX should sound exciting, and this feature makes it sound more so regardless of actual engine output. Why it's problematic? This feature doesn't affect the engine, but it masks the real acoustic signals that protect engines. Real engine sounds carry critical information, developing knock under load, a cylinder beginning to misfire, a turbo whistle that shifted pitch suggesting boost pressure change, subtle, idle roughness worth investigating. When synthesized sound plays through the speakers, it competes with and masks these genuine warning signals. Owners acclimated to artificial sound become less attuned to real changes in engine acoustics. In our Pro Tricks video, we identified listening to your car as one of the most valuable habits a high-mileage owner can develop. Active sound control actively undermines this habit by training your ear to expect artificial sound instead of mechanical reality. What to do? Instead, disable active sound control through infotainment settings. Drive without it. Learn what your actual engine sounds like at various RPM ranges, under various loads, cold, and at operating temperature. That acoustic baseline is worth more than any synthesized driving experience. Stupid feature number 6, the lifetime CVT fluid claim. For years, Subaru dealers told owners that CVT fluid was a lifetime fill that never required changing. Some owners' manuals from the 2010 to 2015 era either omitted CVT fluid from the maintenance schedule entirely or listed inspection intervals so long they effectively suggested the fluid was permanent. Why it sounds good. Lower maintenance costs, one less service to schedule. The simplicity of never thinking about transmission fluid. Why it's destroying transmissions. CVT fluid is not lifetime fluid. No transmission fluid is lifetime fluid. All transmission fluid degrades. The friction modifiers that allow the CVT belt to grip the pulleys with precisely the right coefficient break down over time and mileage. As friction modifiers deplete, the belt-pulley interface loses optimal friction characteristics. The belt begins slipping fractionally. Each slip generates heat. Heat accelerates further degradation. More slip, more heat. The cycle accelerates until belt or pulley surfaces wear to the point of transmission failure. The lifetime claim was marketing, not engineering. Subaru's own current documentation now acknowledges CVT fluid service requirements, though their suggested intervals remain longer than what independent transmission specialists recommend based on real-world failure data. If a dealer tells you the CVT fluid is lifetime and doesn't need changing, understand that following this advice contributes directly to a $5,000 to $7,000 CVT replacement. What to do instead? Change CVT fluid every 60,000 miles without exception. Use only genuine Subaru CVTF. Drain and fill only. Never a flush, which can dislodge internal debris. If you bought a used Subaru with unknown fluid history, change it immediately regardless of mileage. Stupid feature. Number 7. The oil consumption normal standard. During the FB25 oil consumption crisis of the 2011 to 2015 era, Subaru officially declared that oil consumption of 1 quart per 1,200 miles was within acceptable parameters and did not constitute a defect. Why Subaru cited it was acceptable? To avoid warranty claims on millions of affected vehicles, declaring consumption acceptable meant dealers could deny repairs. The financial motivation was explicit. Why it's catastrophically wrong. 1 quart per 1,200 miles means consuming approximately 1 quart of oil every 2 to 3 weeks for a typical driver. At this rate, an owner checking oil monthly finds the engine running 1/2 to 1 full quart low at each check. An owner checking less frequently may find 2 quarts low, at which point oil pressure is compromised and catastrophic wear is occurring. The oil being consumed also burns in the combustion chamber, producing carbon on piston crowns, contaminating the catalytic converter, fouling oxygen sensors, and accelerating every carbon buildup problem direct injection engines already face. This is not a maintenance inconvenience, it is an engine in distress. What to do? Instead, never accept 1 quart per 1,200 miles as normal from any dealer or any documentation. Check oil every 1,000 miles on any FB25 equipped vehicle. If consumption exceeds 1 quart per 3,000 miles, document meticulously. Date, mileage, amount added. This documentation supports warranty claims, lemon law claims, and establishes evidence of the issue. On 2011 to 2015 models out of warranty, consumption above 1 quart per 2,000 miles warrant short block investigation rather than simply accepting the ongoing top-up cost indefinitely. The pattern behind every item. Looking across all 7 features, a consistent pattern emerges. Each involves either Subaru prioritizing marketing appeal over engineering integrity, or genuine features creating secondary consequences for longevity that owners were never warned about. The Oil Life Monitor prioritizes the appearance of lower maintenance costs over actual engine protection. CVT Sport and manual modes prioritize driving engagement over transmission longevity. Auto Stop-Start prioritizes the marketing claim of improved fuel economy over real-world wear consequences. EyeSight maintenance dependencies prioritize technology adoption over the true cost of ownership. Active Sound Control prioritizes driving sensation over the acoustic awareness that protects engines. The Lifetime CVT Fluid claim prioritizes transaction simplicity over accurate maintenance guidance. The Oil Consumption Standard prioritized warranty cost avoidance over owner protection. Understanding this pattern tells you how to evaluate any future Subaru feature. Ask what it's optimized for and whether that optimization aligns with your goal of maximum longevity. The bottom line: 7 Subaru features that destroy reliability and lifespan. Oil Life Monitoring System convinces owners to run Phase 3 degraded oil by displaying false confidence in remaining life. CVT Sport and manual modes impose belt slip and elevated stress on an already durability-limited transmission. Auto Stop-Start creates repeated hot restart wear on valve train and starter components that accumulate significantly over time. EyeSight maintenance dependencies lead to deferred windshield service and calibration drift that compromises safety system performance. Active Sound Control masks real engine acoustic warning signals owners depend on for early problem detection. Lifetime CVT Fluid claim, still echoed by some dealers, leads directly to CVT failure from friction modifier depletion. Oil Consumption Normalization Standard protects Subaru from warranty costs while exposing owners to critical oil level damage. What to do starting today: ignore the Oil Life Monitor, change at half the recommended interval, minimize CVT Sport and manual mode, use it only for mountain descents, disable Auto Stop-Start every single drive, service the windshield and EyeSight promptly, budget for recalibration, turn off Active Sound Control, and learn your real engine sound. Change CVT fluid every 60,000 miles, regardless of what anyone tells you. Never accept 1 quart per 1,200 miles as a normal consumption rate. These aren't opinions, they're documented failure patterns with documented costs that are completely avoidable with the right information. And if you want the complete guide to using, maintaining, and protecting every system on your Subaru correctly for 300,000 plus miles, check out the 500,000 mile car maintenance blueprint in the description. If you found this video helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.